Did you like the anniversary video? Because we're right back into regular schedule. So, back to work, friends. Back to it. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Whispers: An Elephant's Tale. Whispers: An Elephant's Tale is a 2000 theatrical release about a young elephant fleeing from hunters and getting separated from his mother, and on his quest to find her, he discovers a new family. It is directed, filmed, and written by Dereck Joubert. It is edited by Nena Olwage, or Olwage. And the music is by Trevor Rabin, and it's also written by Jordan Moffet and Holly Goldberg Sloan. The film stars Debi Derryberry as Whispers, Angela Bassett as Groove, Joanna Lumley as Half Tusk, Ann Archer as Gentle Heart, Kevin Michael Richardson as Adult Whispers, and Kat Cressida as Princess. They shot in Botswana, and the elephants that played Whispers and Groove were trained. All the other elephants were wild. Visually, it is pretty. My biggest complaint would be it's really dark. It's hard to see a lot of what's going on. I loved like the silhouetted stuff with the sunset, but I feel like there's a decent chunk of the movie that is like that. And that's good for some stuff, but like to try and like watch and connect and see what's going on, it's difficult. I did really like the scene where Groove and Whispers are avoiding the takers, and it's kind of like lit by their flashlights and their headlights and stuff like that. I thought that was interesting. But otherwise, my biggest complaint is that a lot of this is dark. It's really dark and hard to see. Not like dark, but like it's actually hard to see a lot of stuff that's going on, I feel like. Music I enjoyed. It felt very nostalgic. It felt a little bit Lion King-y, but it also just like felt nostalgic. Like maybe it was reminding me of like Flipper and Free Willy and just a lot of the movies that came out in this time. It just, the music was reminiscent of those. Alright, I have some thoughts. I think the Adult Whispers voiceover is so unnecessary to tell this story. Without it, the story would make complete sense. I don't know why they decided to do older Whispers narrating his life, but not even his life, the beginning of it, and what he went through right at the beginning of it. I think that was so unnecessary. The story is fine by itself. I don't think we needed a narration voiceover from an older Whispers we never even see. We only ever hear the older Whispers. This is sad. Like, it's kind of a dark movie. I will let you know it is similar to Homeward Bound in that all the elephants have voices, but none of the mouths move, which is kind of nice. Love that. Been a minute since I've seen the movie like that, Homeward Bound. And it is effective. I can still tell who's who. I know some people have a hard time with that, but I was able to tell who's who. All the voices were distinct enough. All the elephants kind of look similar. I know if I watched it again, I'd probably be able to pick up on much more like who had different tusks and tusk lengths and who was missing tusks and who wasn't, and then I'd be able to like really pinpoint who's who. But for the most part, I had no problem because all the voices were so different. And then like Whispers was the only baby elephant, so fine there. Love that their mouths weren't moving because that would have definitely added a tackiness that was not cute. This story is sad. First of all, basically Whispers is born, and immediately after he's born, it feels like the elephants are running away from hunters. They call them the takers because they want to like take their tusks or take their bodies or whatever, right? And so they're running away from the hunters, and Gentle Heart, who is Whispers' mom, says, "Run as fast as you can and I'll find you." And Whispers runs off, hides, and comes out and can't find his mom and is alone, and then runs into a different herd of elephants led by Half Tusk. And Half Tusk is butting heads with her sister Groove. Groove, played by Angela Bassett. Groove decides to leave the herd, and Whispers follows her instead of staying with the herd. And Groove becomes basically like his adopted mom, because it's now assumed that Gentle Heart has died, and he's like slowly making peace with that. His mom had to have been killed by the takers. Groove and him set out. Groove is a very reluctant, wants nothing to do with him person, and then she basically abandons him and then feels guilty and comes running back, and then after that, like, she kind of just takes him on as her own, and then she basically dies for him, and when she's dying, he calls her mom, so I'm counting that as a parent death, and then I was counting his original mom's death as a parent death, but it turns out she's alive and comes back, and then Groove's mother also passed away, so there are 2 parent deaths, but this is really dark. It's definitely supposed to make you feel horrible about human beings being the freaking worst as always. Not shocking at all. Hate that. Why do we have to hunt elephants? Leave them the frick alone. I don't understand it. Who cares about ivory? I don't. I never have to have an ivory thing ever. I'm good. Leave the elephants alone. That's what I say. Anyway, my other big complaint is the dialogue. I don't want to say, like, it's not the worst dialogue, it's just really cringy because these are elephants in Botswana in the wild, and they're making them, first of all, they're making them talk in the most American stereotyped, just Western ideals. Like, the kid comes in and he's the only male elephant, and he's like, oh, what, I'm supposed to take care of all of you as a baby male elephant? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh no, yikes. It's just really cringe, and some of the sexist ideals they put up, like, there's a pond they go to that's all male elephants, and they're like, get out of here, woman. Which, I don't know if that happens in real life or not. But it was really gross, just the way all the dudes were portrayed, and then all the way the women talked. It just was, like, super cringe. Because it's like, these are elephants, right? They're elephants, okay? I mean, I can suspend my disbelief to them being able to talk to each other. But to go so far as to be, like, when Whispers is being born, they're like, oh, this about his mom and this about his dad, and it's like all really stereotypical American phrases and sayings, and it was really not great. That took me out of it big time. I was like, okay. So it's not like the worst dialogue of all time, it's just like unbelievable. Like, I don't know what would have been more believable, just like universal ideas. Like, a mom wanting to protect her child. That's universal. That happens all over the world, regardless of what language people speak, right? Like, that I can get behind. But to be, saying like, oh, the boy's gotta take care of the woman, not how it is in a lot of places, actually. So, I don't know, it was really, I hated that. It made me kind of like rolling my eyes. So yeah, there is a moment in this movie where you believe he's lost both of his mothers in such a short time of his life. You also have no idea how much time has passed. To me, it feels like 3 or 4 days, but it could have been weeks. I have no idea, but to me, it felt like 4 or 5 days. Like, it's just, he's born, that night they get, like, raced at by takers, his mom dies, he finds this other herd, like, a day later, after walking a while, goes off with Groovin that same day, she abandons him that night, comes back, feels bad, they bond. Like, I'm telling you, it feels like 5 days. It's insane. I'm sure it is longer than that, but it feels very sped up and short and just kind of confusing in that way, because it's also fast. But yeah, no, I'm counting 2 parent deaths. Groove's parents, and then Groove. I'm counting her because he called her mom as she was dying. So, counting it. Even though his his biological mother does come back and gets accepted into the herd, and they're like a new family. Super cute. Alright, my favorite part, elephants in general. I love elephants. I think they're magical, mystical, enchanting, beautiful, regal creatures. I love them. So it was great to watch a movie that was just a bunch of elephants. Super cute. Least favorite part, the people. Poaching them. No thanks. I'm good. Even if it was portrayed fakely in this movie. I hate it. Thanks so much for reminding me that happens. Even though I know that happens and it's always in there, but no thanks. Recommend? Probably not. I mean, it's good-ish, I guess. But it's not necessary. I feel like it's not a necessary watch. Watch again? Probably not. I'm good. Specific moments. People are awful. They suck. I'm not a fan. I was so mad at this movie I really thought I was gonna cry, but I was just so angry. It's cringe because of how American, like I said. Killing a bunch of his moms. I know they didn't actually kill a bunch of his moms, but it just was bad. It put a bad taste in my mouth. It's also just really dark, both kind of conceptually, and then also it is just dark to see, so it's not my favorite. It's fine. That's everything I have for Whispers and Elephant's Tail. My final rating is 4 elephants. Out of 10, our total movie count is... It's 801? That's wild. Our parent death toll is... Crack count is still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials. You find out movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. Got a tier, $1 tier, where you get every video a week early, coupon code for merch, exclusive merch access, etc. Go ahead and check that out. Buy merch. Technically, because today's August 30th, it is still on 20% off sale with the code BRAVE800. So go check that out. That sale ends after tomorrow. So just if you want to buy any last minute things, go for it. Until next time, comment, like, and subscribe, but I'm not sure to real life you are, so you, and don't be people about it. Yikes. Oh my god, cute. Is it a unicorn?
Yes.
Look at this little unicorn paperclip!
Jamie.
Well, of course. No, you bought these. Hi, Angel. Everyone, Angel's alive and kicking.